Be sure to follow me on Twitter. My handle is @EmperorBigD for updates on news, videos, upcoming content, and much more. Last month's Dragon Ball Super manga chapter ended with Piccolo transforming into Orange Piccolo. Where does the story go from here? Well, we kind of already know, but what changes will they make? Let's talk about Dragon Ball Super's next manga chapter. We do have the draft pages here, courtesy of the official Dragon Ball website. I know that I cover the spoilers every single month or the drafts, whatever. It's not really like leaks or anything. They're purposely putting these out. And then about a week from today, I will be streaming live here on the channel. I've been doing live reviews for the manga as opposed to doing regular manga reviews because there's a lot less to dissect than there normally would be with a traditional review. So it's more fun to just do a stream, combine the review and the stream together, and talk to all of you. And I always have fun with you guys, so hopefully y'all will stop by for that as well. But I speak for all of us. Well, maybe not all of us, but I know a lot of you when I say that this is a dark time. They really got to move past this superhero thing, man. It is crawling at a snail's pace. We should have already had Orange Piccolo, but we do have it last month. And presumably speaking, we're going to continue and maybe see the knockout, I would assume, right? So it says here, of course, the newest chapter here, Dragon Ball Super for V-Jump, 1 week only. The 9th chapter of the Dragon Ball Super superhero arc. So they actually took a little over hour and a half long movie and turned it into over 9 chapters. But that doesn't include the prequel stuff like the Goten Trunks stuff. So it's really more like 6. Either way, they haven't added that much. So it says here in the last chapter, the battle between Gohan and Piccolo and the newest androids Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 really started to heat up. Astute fans have no doubt noticed all the differences in how their respective fights have progressed so far compared to the hit movie. Not really. That right there is kind of an insulting statement right there. Like, that's kind of insulting. Is the fight a 1-to-1 similarity to the movie? No. But is it pretty much the same idea? Yeah. It's not that different, man. There really aren't enough major differences for me to sit here and actually break down each one. It's the same thing with some slightly different moves. And really, to me, the movie's still better because it's a more sensory. It activates your senses more. You're getting the music, the fight, the voices, the fight choreography, the sound, the visuals, all that stuff. So it's just a better medium. In this latest chapter, as Piccolo finds himself on the verge of defeat, the Namekian's true power awakens. How will Gamma 2 handle this intimidating new foe? So we actually start with a new scene, and I'm going to go into the translations here in just a moment, so bear with me. We do have a new scene here with Trunks, and in case you forgot, or maybe you didn't know, or maybe you don't even care, but let's talk about it. In the last manga chapter, there was an extra scene with Bulma, Trunks, Goten, Krillin. They're all together, and Krillin gets an alert, about what's going on at the Red Ribbon or Red Pharmaceuticals or whatever that you want to call it. And here it looks like Trunks, who, if you remember in the superhero prelude stuff, had become Saiyaman X1 and Goten became Saiyaman X2. Now they want a part of the action. So of course Trunks wants to get involved. So one of the things that Toyotaro has done that is different, I'll give him credit for this. I always give credit where credit's due, is that we're seeing a lot more from these characters, and we're actually seeing the scenes that led to Trunks and Goten and the rest of them getting involved. Now, is that really going to change anything from the story of the movie? No, they're not going to tamper with Toriyama's script. I've said this a bunch of times, y'all. If you are expecting a perfect Cell Max or something extra when it comes to them changing a drastic plot change from the film, you're going to be disappointed. You're going to be let down, disappointed. It's just not, it's not happening. What you can expect is minor extra scenes to give more context, and that's what we're getting here. I wish there was more of these, but it is what it is. So we have this argument between Trunks and Bulma, which, if you remember in the movie, Bulma did show up there. Bulma was there in the final battle, because when everything ends, Bulma is the one that gives Dr. Hedo a job at Capsule Corp. So she's in the thick of things when everybody else shows up. And this scene right here, this sequence right here is bonus stuff. It is bonus stuff. Now, based on the, I want to, before we go any further, I want to give y'all my my thoughts on, like, my prediction on where this chapter is going to take us. Based on the pacing of everything, I think that this chapter will likely end with Cell Max waking up. I could be wrong on that. They could save that for the next chapter. I hope not. But I think we're going to see Cell Max at the end of this chapter, and then the actual big finale will start in the next one. Of course, you have to remember there's scenes where they show up, and there's some conversation before the Cell Max awakening. But I think we'll see Cell Max. I could be wrong. It's just a guess. Moving on here. Actually, well, never mind. There's a little bit of... Oh, never mind. That's not Cell Max. I thought that was him for a minute there. I was like, wait a minute. No, that's the Gammas. This is Dr. Hedo, Magenta, and the rest of the Red Ribbon people witnessing Orange Piccolo. If you remember this scene right here, check out like the fire coming out of the pit. That was in the movie. That was the first appearance of Orange Piccolo. The big flames come up. Everyone's all shocked to see this. And then there we have Orange Piccolo looking as huge as ever, man. I've got an Orange Piccolo figure that was given to me by a friend in Japan. Thank you for that, by the way. If you're watching, in the other room, it's a statue, dude. It's massive. Like, it's like one of the. It's not as big as like the Great Ape ones, but it's pretty big. Orange Piccolo's a big dude. We know this. And there he is. And Bulma here again, extra scene. Here we have, of course, and this is a scene from the movie where Gamma 2 tries to punch Orange Piccolo in the solar plexus, in the chest and stomach. He's hitting him, he's hitting him, he's hitting him. No damage. Piccolo just looks at him. Again, this was a funny scene from the movie because Piccolo just stares at him. And then, of course, Piccolo cocks back, which here, it doesn't, if you look at that shot right there, there's the shot of like Pan and Dr. Hedo watching. It's not like, look, see how he has his fist up? His fist is not cocked all the way back like it was in the movie, but we're probably going to get that in the next page after this one. He's about to punch Gamma 2 and knock him out. Are they going to add more to the fight? I don't think so. I think they're going to just show him knocking Gamma 2 out. I just don't think it's going to happen. It says here, written-wise, it says Gohan and his allies battle against the Red Ribbon Army. Gohan and his allies battle against the Red Ribbon Army is about to take an unexpected turn. And that's pretty much right there where it ends. We know that Orange Piccolo will be knocking out Gamma 2. We just know that that's what's going to happen. And then the fight will calm down for a bit. And that's why I think we're going to get lots of dialogue this chapter, leading to Cell Max being awoken. All right, so we're switching over to Herms for this last part of the chapter to go over the translations. He writes, the roughs are out for DBS Chapter 96. Saiyaman joins the fight. So that is one thing they're changing. Not a big change, but still an aesthetic change. And that is that it appears like Trunks and Goten may actually fight Cell Max with the Saiyaman outfits on. It's a small change, not going to affect the main story at all, but it's still going to be different. So I don't love or hate it. I really have no opinion, but it does tie back into, the prelude stuff a bit more. Let me keep going here. He says, Trunks hears from Bulma about the new androids. Could Hedo have made them? He says he's fought Hedo's androids before, and some of them were tough. Piccolo's in trouble on his own. So it is tying in. It's definitely tying into the stuff that was only in the manga. Bulma's mad that Trunks didn't mention Hedo's androids before, but now he says he kept quiet because she banned his hero activities. Okay, that's good. Exasperated, Bulma gives him and Goten permission to help Piccolo go hog wild. Trunks is happy to finally become Saiyaman again. Trunks explains to Goten how Hedo's out of jail and has teamed up with the Red Ribbon. Bulma's ready to go, but sadly the two boys have trouble pinpointing Piccolo's key. Maybe it's over there? That's Dende. Bulma decides to just call Piccolo and ask where he is. So they can't sense his key. Does that mean that Orange Piccolo is confirmed to have God Key? Is that what that means, dude? I'm serious. I'm not even trying to be funny right now. Like, dead ass. Like, that But again, Dende has God Ki. But they can sense Dende's Ki. Oh, we'll see. Don't just assume. I might title the video like, is Orange Piccolo confirmed to have God Ki with a question mark, right? I might title it that because that is interesting, right? Like that is something that I wasn't expecting. But at the same time, I did do in my transformation guide, I talked about how Orange Piccolo's form, because it was given to him by the God Dragon, might actually be a God form. You know what I mean? It might actually use God Ki. And that's the big sort of, I had a feeling that might be the case, but I'm not going to sit here and say, it's a guarantee this is the case. You're going to see a lot of people on TikTok and on Facebook lying and saying Orange Piccolo has God Ki when they don't know. We don't know for certain, but the fact they can't sense him is interesting. That's unexpected. Says here, but Piccolo can't come to the phone right now because he's gone orange. Trunks remembers Kudading was investigating Hedo and might know the Ribbon's base location. So that's why they went to go pick him up. Good context on there. So Bulma decides to get him. Hopefully 18 can come too. Okay, so at least they've explained kind of how the whole gang got together. It wasn't necessary to like the plot, right? But it's still interesting to know that. Anyways, we'll find out in a week what else they add. I want to know if we get confirmation of Orange Piccolo having God Ki, and if so, I may do a whole separate video with that information because that could change a lot of our thoughts on how God Ki actually, like not how it works, but like how it's represented in the series. With that being said, y'all take care. I'll see you very soon. Check out the videos on your screen right now for more content. I think you'll like it. See you soon.